let's talk about Nonini. Kama unajua Nonini, you should be married by now with 4 children, last born akiwa PP1. That's all I'm saying, because he has been one of those OGs in the music industry, and then he just disappeared. Apparently, he went to the States, where he's been living for, I think, 3 or 4 years, and he recently came back. We don't know if he came back for good, or it's just a hot minute, hello, how are you? And then he dips back to the States. But anyway, on his podcast, he was talking about his relationship with his father. And he says he has only, in his lifetime, he has only met his father for lunch maybe once or twice. And I totally understand, because the relationship with fathers and their children, it is either very good or it is either very problematic. Or you guys are just sorting through things and you're healing and you're growing. It's just a lot of work for these relationships to actually work. And he was saying that he just gave a story about why he was actually raised by a single mother. He says his older siblings actually grew up with their father. Everything was good. And then when his mom was pregnant and around 8 months, they were actually driving around Ngara, and they were stopped by the police. His father was actually a politician, so they're stopped by the police. This is very out of character. Why are you stopping a politician in 1992 for no reason? Anyway, he is arrested. He goes to prison for around 1 year. But when he came out of prison, he didn't go back home. He just dipped. He never reached out to them. He never tried to look for his family. He never tried to see where his kids are. And he just lived his life independently, completely forgetting he had a wife and children. So the older siblings know their father. They know who this man is. But Nonini was not, when he was born, he never got to see him. So he only reached out to him when he was older. And then he goes on to say it's been a very strange relationship, because he grew up with his mother. His mother was everything, provided everything without his help. And when he was starting out his career as a musician, and he's rapping like a gangster, and guys are like, but your father is a politician. Why are you trying to act like you're from the hood, like you know what's going down? He's like, listen, he may be my father, but I didn't grow up with him. I grew up with my mother, who struggled and just put me through, and I appreciate her for that reason. Anyway, he says his siblings are in contact with his father, but he is not. And because of those problems, or how that played out, he finds that him as a father, he's always overcompensating. And he says, personally, this story is both a good thing and a bad thing. I tend to overcompensate with the time I have with my child. I overcompensate in relationships, telling him how much I value and envy him and how much I love him. He says it's not necessarily a bad thing, but even him, he knows that he's doing too much. But he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't perpetuate the same cycle that went on with him, and just trying to be the best father he can be for his child. And that's so refreshing to just see the personal side of his life.
Let me tell you, Gen Y fathers, hey, y'all have a problem.
How do you just deep?
Gen Y fathers had a problem. Like, the majority of Generation Y parents, I don't know where to begin. Especially fathers, you really just cannot explain. A lot of the stories that we all have are so similar, in that my dad was deadbeat. Yes, he was there, but he didn't do much. Or he was there, but he was there in person. Like, he was just present, and that was it. Like, we don't have good relationships with our fathers. Most people tend to even not know their fathers don't know them. And it's so funny, I was watching Jimmy Kimmel the other day, and they usually do this Worst Dad of the Year award. And it was so hilarious that this one dad has 3 daughters, and he was asked whether he can tell the birthdays of any of the children, and he's like, that's a really good question, but I actually don't know. And then they were like, do you want to guess? And he's like, I really cannot tell. And then one of the daughters went, but we had her birthday yesterday. He's like, oh my god, yes, her birthday was yesterday.
So detached.
I'm just like, how and why are you here? Like, for what? Like, why?
You're just existing.
As in, how was your child's birthday the day before, and you can't even tell that one child's birthday. I get not remembering the others, but like this one child, muli celebrate birthday, na ukalia poo, na mkakula keki, and you really don't know how old your children are. It was so funny. Another one was asked whether he knows the names of any of the teachers of the child, and he said one name, Mrs. Someone, and the kid is like, that was my 11th grade teacher. She's now a fully grown adult in university. What do you mean? You don't know? It was so weird to see all of these interesting perspectives. And it was so interesting to see that, unfortunately, yes, fathers are present. They are there physically, but mentally they really are checked out. Like, the mother is the one who's supposed to know everything, give all the details. It's like you're babysitting. And another story I saw the other day where a guy is like, oh, did you enjoy your gift? And the wife goes, what?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your Christmas gift? She's like, what do you mean? What Christmas gift? Where is it? And he says, yeah, the 2 hours that you were at the mall for, that was your second Christmas present because I babysat. I'm like, you cannot
do you
babysit
your
your
own
own
child?
child. You are a father.
wild.
Like, how are you babysitting your children? That makes no sense. But it's just, it boils down to the mentality of parents. Like, fathers just need to do better. Y'all just need to do a lot. You better overcompensate than underdeliver.
True.
I think, Nonini, kudos to you, and keep overcompensating. Let this child know so much love that they're like, ugh, get off me.
Yes.
You know, let your child be like, ugh, I don't want to hug you right now, babe. You're embarrassing me, dad. Let that be the situation as opposed to like the complete opposite. And I love that for him. I'm so sad about how it came to be, but I still love it for him and his child.